Okay, so they have to design an engine, and this engine should have different kinds of controls so that they can make it successful, right? And they designed a motor and a new aircraft also. Aircraft means aeroplane, which will have the facility to have the motor one side, a man to sit over there to control it and all. Okay, and when they made the first one, it was 700 pounds heavier. Means the engine itself was of the weight of 700 pounds. So when they made the first glider, the biggest one was 100 pounds, isn't it? The glider itself was 100 pounds. Now the engine itself is 700 pounds. And they named this Flyer. Okay, so the first engine that was made by the Wright brothers to lift an aircraft into the air was named Flyer, and it was 700 pounds heavier. Okay, now how they have to make the adjustments in that design of the aeroplane? They made everything. They made everything, and now they decided to check it. Okay, so now they understood that the engine should reach a particular level, only then this aircraft can lift. Okay, the engine of this should reach a particular level, only then it can lift. So that engine should reach a speed. Okay, a speed, only then it will go into the air. If they fail to reach that speed, it will fall down. It will fall down. So what they did was, they made a downhill track. Downhill track means, for example, if this is a hill, okay, they made a track like this. They made a road like that. And now they kept this Flyer here. The Flyer fixed aircraft here, and this is a slope, no? It's a slope. And when we are riding bicycles also, slope region we will go much faster, no? In the same way, the Flyer will come down this hill, and by the time it reaches here, the engine will reach that air speed. Air speed means the amount of speed that this engine should have to take it into the air. Air speed means the amount of speed that the engine should reach to take it into the air. So they made a downhill track so that the engine can reach that particular speed. Okay, and this definitely helped the Flyer to achieve that particular speed. And what was the result? What was the result? Attempt 1. We will check this. This is very interesting. Okay, attempt 1. Result, failure. They made a new aircraft, they designed this Flyer engine and an aircraft which can fix this Flyer engine inside it. They did everything. They kept a downhill track for that, attempted the first one, failure. Second attempt, failure. Not only a failure, the flight crashed. What happened? Yeah, it reached here, dim, flat. Even the aeroplane was damaged. Even the aeroplane was damaged. Then they made the third attempt. They made the third attempt. When did they make this third attempt? On 17th December 1903. Okay, on 17th December 1903, Orville Wright. Okay, Orville Wright took the third attempt. Took the third attempt and he flew it for 12 seconds. That was a success. 12 seconds. 12 seconds means it's not even if you have a chocolate in your mouth, that's the time. Opening the wrapper, keeping the chocolate in your mouth. It may take hardly around 10 seconds for that. That was the time take. So that was the first successful flight in the air. Now they improved the flight further. They improved the flight further, and in 1904, Wilbur Wright, the other brother, he took the flight, and this lasted for about 5 minutes. In 1903, Orville Wright took a flight on a flyer. It lasted 12 seconds. That was the first successful ever flight happened on this world. They brought it back, improved it further, took another year. They worked on that for another year, and in 1904, with flyer on the same downhill track, Wilbur Wright flew it for 5 minutes. So they were improving, isn't it? They were improving. And they didn't stop it there. This was the first aeroplane. So which was the first aeroplane? Flyer was the first aeroplane that was designed, operated, tested and used by Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright, and that came into existence in the year 1903. After trying with engineless flights of gliders in 1900 and 1902. Okay, they tried with different kinds of gliders without engine, and when they became successful with this particular thing, we can control the air in the aeroplane in the air. Controlling the aeroplane in the air was the toughest task, isn't it? So once they got a solution for that, they decided to design engines which can lift aeroplanes into the air. So as to achieve the required air speed, they even made downhill tracks. From the top of this, from here, the aeroplane will be allowed to run down, so that by the time they reach somewhere here, it will achieve enough speed to get into the air. Before 1903, they made 2 attempts. The first one was a failure. Second one even almost crashed. The plane almost crashed. Crashed means everything collapsed. They were lucky that they were not dead. Okay. So in 1903, on 17th December, Orville Wright flew flyer for 12 seconds. That was the first ever aeroplane. They improved that further, and in next year, Wilbur Wright flew it for 5 minutes. So this is from where all the airplanes or helicopters or whatever, jumbo jets, everything have come from this particular thing. The flyer, which was designed, developed, made, used, tested, done, everything by Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright in the year 1903 on December 17th. Right? So that is a lesson we have to learn, and now we will go on to the question answer part related to this particular lesson. Okay, the read and understand the part from this lesson. Right?